Okay. Okay, last lecture we already started histamine and antihistaminic drug. In that we discussed the various things regarding the histamine, like synthetic histamine, storage histamine, or release of histamine, as well as we discussed the pharmacological action of histamine or different things or different points related to histamine. Now today we will start next topic related to histamine, that is uses of histamine. Actually, histamine has no therapeutic use. Nowadays, we cannot use the histamine because of certain complication. We could not directly utilize, we could not use histamine. Okay, so previously only in previous area histamine we utilize. पहले histamine का कुछ utilize होता था previously as a test for acid secreting capacity for stomach. कि how much acid is secreted by your stomach. So this capacity you can determine with the help of histamine. This histamine is also used to bronchial hypersensitivity in asthmatic patient, or it also utilizes for the diagnosis of few cytochroma. Few cytochroma actually is a cancerous disease. So for the diagnosis purpose of these things, we previously used the histamine. It was very risky. That's why nowadays not using histamine. Okay. One analog which is used in histamine, beta-histidine. Beta-histidine is a orally active compound. Beta-histidine is an orally active compound, and it is a H1 selective histamine analog. H1 selective histamine analog, these drug normally utilizes in the treatment of vertigo to control the vertigo in Meniere's disease. Meniere's disease is a internal ear disorder. So what it will do, simply it will be responsible for the vasodilation of internal ear. So it only controlling the vertigo in Meniere's disease. Okay, so it is a disorder which is related with your ear. So it is simply responsible for the vasodilation, and due to vasodilation, whatever the vertigo, we can control it with the help of this drug. Next. Now next point which is related to histamine, which factor or which thing is responsible for the more and more release of histamine? कौन से factor की वजह से histamine का ज़्यादा release होता है body में? So variety of chemical, mechanical or immunological stimuli that stimuli will be responsible for the releasing of more and more histamine. So first one is tissue damage. When tissue damage is there, so more release of histamine is taken in your body. Sting and venom is there. If any insect bite is there, venom is there, which also lead to release or secretion of histamine. Proteolytic enzyme is also responsible for, if proteolytic enzyme is in your body, it also enhances the release of histamine. So phospholipase A is also responsible for the release of histamine. Another factor which is responsible for releasing of histamine, that is antigen antibody reaction. Especially if antigen and antibody reaction is there, and more antibody Ig, production of Ig is more in your body. If Ig concentration is increases, so that also lead to enhancing of more releasing of histamine. Okay, see, we already aware that most of the hypersensitive reaction, any foreign material, drug, chemical is entering your body, which lead to production of antibodies, especially Ig. If suppose this Ig is enhances your body, it also lead to increase the release of histamine. Next factor which is releasing which is responsible for the releasing of histamine, that is polymers. More polymers like dextran is there. Then polyvinyl pyrrolidine is there. Some drugs also responsible for or histamine release. For example, polymaxine is there, or vancomycin is there. These are the drugs which will be releasing more and more histamine. Also, some surface acting surfactant is there. That surfactant is also responsible for release of histamine. For example, twin 80 is there, compound 48 by 80. These are the some factors which will be responsible for the more release of histamine. Okay. Now next point related with histamine is antihistaminic or histamine antagonist, histamine receptor antagonist. It's not self-indicated. What it will do is it simply antagonize the action of histamine. or it will simply block by blocking the histamine by certain. These drugs normally physiologically antagonize the histamine. For example, epinephrine. It also inhibits the release of histamine. This type of agent inhibits the release of histamine. Example is moline. Pharmacological antagonism is antihistaminic. So these normally block the histamine receptor as well as it will antagonize the action of histamine. Okay, see if you are aware the action of histamine, we can easily explain the antihistaminic. This type of category we can also categorize or we can also call it antihistaminic drug. एंटीहिस्टामिनिक ड्रग भी बोल सकते हैं. एंटीहिस्टामिनिक ड्रग सिंपली क्या करते हैं, ये आपके H1 रिसेप्टर H2 रिसेप्टर को ब्लॉक करते हैं, जो हिस्टामाइन की एक्शन है उसको एंटागोनाइज करते हैं. So due to antagonizing the action, whatever the biological, whatever physiological action, whatever the reaction of histamine is there, which will be overcome, which can be inhibited simply with that. So antihistaminic drug or histamine receptor antagonist drug. Okay, there are two types of drugs. Majorly these drugs is mainly classified into two categories as the first generation drug and second generation drug. If you see the first generation drug mainly as a sedative, means it will be depressed your central nervous system or it will be responsible for sedation. This drug is main drawback or main side effect of this drug is the first generation drugs produce the sedation. सेडेटिव ड्रग होते हैं, सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम को मेनली डिप्रेस करते हैं. एंड जो सेकंड जनरेशन ड्रग इट इज एडवांस्ड जनरेशन ऑफ ड्रग और इट इज लेस सेडेटिव और नॉन सेडेटिव, वी कैन कॉल एज अ नॉन सेडेटिव. नेक्स्ट वन प्लीज. So these are the classification of antihistaminic drug. They are broadly classified into two categories. First one is the first generation or second generation. First generation drug further classified as a highly sedative. For example, diamine, hydroamine, diamine, hydrate है, promethazine है, hydroxyzine is there. Moderately sedative is the phenyramine is there, cyproheptadine is there, or cinnarizine is there. Mild sedative chlorpheniramine है, dexchlorpheniramine है, dimethyl है, cyclizine. सेकंड जनरेशन जो ड्रग है, सेकंड जनरेशन एग्जांपल ऑफ सेकंड जनरेशन फेक्सोफेनाडिन, लोराटिडिन है, सिट्रिजिन, लेवोसिट्रिजिन इज देयर. सो दीस आर द रुबिडिन इज देयर. दीस आर द सम ड्रग व्हिच कम्स अंडर द सेकंड जनरेशन. ओके, सो इन दिस वन वी कैन क्लासिफाई antihistaminic drugs. Okay, so we will discuss one by one. Next please. Okay, so first generation drug will discuss the first generation drug pharmacological action of this drug. Okay, whatever the drug first generation drug is there, first generation drug is highly sedative. They are considered as it is highly sedative. So let me discuss this pharmacological action. What are the different action of this drug in your body? So first pharmacological action is antagonism of histamine. Okay, so this drug, first generation, this whatever drug, this drug blocking your H1 receptor. See, so due to blocking of the H1 receptor block, so what will happen? What are the action of this drug? It will be inhibit the bronchoconstriction, because the bronchoconstriction is associated with the H1 receptor. So where bronchoconstriction is being inhibited or overcome, your contraction of the intestine is also overcome, other contraction of other smooth muscles. It will be improved, or whatever the triple responses there. Triple responses it also overcome, or it will be resolved your triple responses. Wheel flare is there. The triple responses also overcome. Next important thing, whatever the low dose of histamine is responsible for fall in BP, that thing is also antagonized by your antihistaminic. But we need additional blocker, H2 blocker. If you are giving the additional H2 blocker, so that property fall in the BP is also lost. Second important thing, these drugs also inhibiting the release of or stimulating the adrenal medulla. Normally लास्ट लेक्चर में हम लोगों ने क्या डिस्कस किया था कि एड्रेनल मेडुला जब स्टिमुलेट होता है तो मोर एंड मोर योर एपिनेफ्रिन और अदर थिंग्स रिलीजेस, सो दैट थिंग इज आल्सो ओवरकम. इट इनहिबिटिंग दैट thing or adrenal medulla is not stimulated if you are using antihistaminic drug. Okay, next pharmacological action of your antihistaminic drug, it is a we can also use as an anti, or its pharmacological action is an anti-allergen. We already discussed that whenever the antigen is entered in your body, so production of antibodies there, or antigen antibody reaction which lead to degranulation of mast cell. If D-dimensional mast cell is there, so what will happen? More and more histamine is released, and that histamine will be responsible for certain action. Vasodilation, hypersensitive reaction is there, urticaria is there, anaphylactic shock, anaphylactic reaction is there. So that all thing which can be resolved if we are using antihistaminic drug. Okay. नॉर्मली क्या होता है कि जब भी एनी फॉरेन मटेरियल आपकी बॉडी में इंटर होता है तो उससे क्या होता है एंटीबॉडी का प्रोडक्शन होता है और एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी का रिएक्शन होता है और जिसकी वजह से हाइपर सेंसिटिव रिएक्शन होती है, स्किन रिएक्शन होती है और बहुत सारे कॉम्प्लिकेशन होते हैं। जब हम लोग ये यूटिलाइज करते हैं तो व्हाट विल हैपन, ऑल दैट एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन is inhibited and that whatever related with your releasing of histamine की वजह से जो स्किन रिलेटेड डिसऑर्डर हाइपरसेंसिटिव रिएक्शन इज देयर, एलर्जिक रिएक्शन है जो भी वो रिएक्शन होते हैं दैट रिएक्शन हैज बीन ओवरकम सिंपली, सो इट कैन बी यूज्ड एज एन एंटी एलर्जिक ड्रग और these drugs simply minimizing your hypersensitivity or immune reaction. Hypersensitivity reaction nothing but your immune reaction is there. So this reaction has been decreases by utilizing of simply antihistaminic drug. Next one please. Okay, now what are the action of this antihistaminic drug on your central nervous system? Actually this drug depresses your central nervous system. Central nervous system को depress करते as a different drug having the different property. Individual drug having the individual effect, it will depend upon the crossing the blood-brain barrier. Penetration, those drugs which highly penetrate your blood-brain barrier, it is able to poorly depress your central nervous system or also having the affinity with H1 receptor. As we already aware that H1 receptor is present in your central nervous system in your midbrain, which will be responsible for wakefulness. So when we are utilizing antihistaminic drug, it will simply block H1 receptor. जब H1 receptor block हो जाए, so more and more sedation is there. That's why this drug is responsible for sedation. Next important thing, in some individual, it not only depresses your central nervous system, in some individual, this drug producing stimulative effect or restlessness and insomnia. In most of the patient or most of the person feeling sedation while taking this drug, but some of the patient feeling that stimulation is there, restlessness is there, and insomnia is there. Next important thing, whatever the second generation is there is sedation. So this drug also controlling your motion sickness. Motion sickness को भी कंट्रोल करता है, वोमिटिंग को भी कंट्रोल करता है, but exact mechanism is unknown. It may be by the histamine antagonism or may be anticholinergic. Next important property or next important pharmacological action of these drugs also having the anticholinergic property. It also blocking your cholinergic receptor. See, due to blocking of cholinergic receptor, various things that if you are taking promethazine along with atropine, so it gives additive effect, or if you along with tricyclic antidepressant drug, so it gives additive effect. So it having ability to blocking your cholinergic receptor. So certain action is there. Next important thing, these drugs also able to stabilize your membrane. Some drug is more strongly able to stabilize your membrane, some are less able to stabilize your membrane. Due to stabilizing property, we can use as a local anesthetic drug. ये आपके मेम्ब्रेन को स्टेबलाइज करता है और आपके मेम्ब्रेन को स्टेबलाइज करने की वजह से हम लोग उसको लोकल एनेस्थेटिक भी यूटिलाइज करते हैं, बट प्रॉब्लम एसोसिएटेड विद दिस ड्रग, इट व्हेनेवर using SC administer injection, using the injection, it will be responsible for irritation. That's why we could not use as a local anesthetic drug. Next important pharmacological action of your antihistaminic drug, it will be responsible for the decrease in your blood pressure. These drug decreases or reduces your blood pressure. How your blood pressure is reduced? Simply this drug blocking your alpha adrenergic receptor as well as it having the ability to dilate your vessel. ये ड्रग आपके वेसल्स को भी डायलेट करता है ड्यू टू वेसोडाइलेशन और ड्यू टू blocking of alpha adrenergic receptor, their decrease in blood pressure is there. Okay, so in this way your blood pressure is decreased. These are some pharmacological effects. Next one. Now pharmacokinetic properties of this drug. This drug is orally active. These all are highly lipid soluble drug, orally active drug, orally very well absorption is there. As well as parenterally, you can prefer parenterally. It will metabolize in your liver or finally excreted from the urine. Wide distribution is there, widely distributed in the body and enter in your brain or process your blood-brain barrier. Duration of action of this drug is near about 4 to 6 hours. Next one, please. So now next point related with this drug is side effect or adverse effect of antihistaminic drug or first generation drug. So first side effect is already aware that sedation. Why sedation is there is already aware that where sedation is there because of blocking of H1 receptor. H1 receptor is responsible for wakefulness. Wakefulness के लिए responsible होता है जब antihistaminic drug H1 receptor को block करते हैं तो sedation is there. Next important thing, this drug diminish or reduces your alertness as well as loss of concentration. When we are using this drug, so your alertness is also reduces, diminution of concentration property is also reduces. This drug is also responsible for dizziness. Dizziness, why dizziness? Because your slightly blood flow. Whenever the blood flow is altered to central nervous system, जब भी आपके सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम में ब्लड फ्लो अल्टर होता है, that lead to dizziness. As well as this drug is also responsible for motor incoordination. Why motor incoordination? Blocking your cholinergic receptor also. That's why motor incoordination is there. The next one, patient tendency to fall in sleep when any person is taking this drug. So more and more tendency to fall in sleep is there. One advice is given, normally one precaution or one advice is given to a patient when these drugs utilizing a particular patient. We could not drive vehicle, we could not drive vehicle, any vehicle or any operation, any operating machine. So why it is so? Because this drug depresses your central nervous system. So we normally avoid these things. These drugs normally use sedative effect, synergistic effect with alcohol. अगर आप alcohol के साथ combine करेंगे तो it gives the synergistic effect. Next one, if you are apply locally, अगर आप लोग अपने locally apply करते हैं drug को also responsible for contact dermatitis. This drug also having the anti-muscarinic effect. Anti-muscarinic effect की वजह से, anti-cholinergic effect की वजह से some side effect is there. Dry mouth. Dry mouth, why? Because most of the secretion is associated with your cholinergic system. So this drug block your muscarinic receptor. जब muscarinic receptor block होता है तो dryness of mouth is there. Blood vision is there. Your lens adjustment is with the help of your muscarinic receptor. आपका जो lens adjustment होता है, so your lens is not adjusted. That's why blood vision is there. Constipation is there. Actually, your drug also block your GIT receptor. That's the constipation is there. Urinary retention. Actually, urine is retained in your body by if you are blocking the cholinergic receptor, so that urine is also retained in your body. Epic acid distress is also there. Headache is there. Next one is CNS overdose of this drug, which lead to CNS excitation. More अगर overdose में prefer किया इस drug को तो ज़्यादा से CNS excitation, tremor is there, hallucination is also there, और it will be resembled to atropine poisoning or death may occur due to respiratory failure or serious failure. So these are some side effects. Next one, please. Therapeutic uses of this drug, where we can utilize this antihistaminic drug, we can use it allergic reaction. When antigen-antibody reaction is there. See, allergic reaction में क्या होता है? After the allergic reaction, immune reaction, itching, urticaria, fever, allergic conjunctivitis, angioedema or lip. These are some allergic reactions. So in allergic reaction, we can utilize antihistaminic drug. Next one, we can also use it is less effective in vasomotor rhinitis, atopic dermatitis, or chronic dermatitis. It is also less effective in no effective in bronchial asthma. We can also use in insect bite. This drug can use in insect bite, heavy poisoning or heavy poisoning. We can also use as an antiparasitic drug. This drug also used to in common cold. Next one. This drug is also utilized in motion sickness. Motion sickness में utilize कर सकते हैं. This drug is also used to control the vertigo. For example, Cinnarizine is effective in Cinnarizine. We can also use as a pre-anesthetic medication. प्री एनेस्थेटिक मेडिकेशन के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं. वी कैन यूज टू रिड्यूस द कफ शोल्डर को यूज कर सकते हैं. वी कैन यूजिंग पार्किंसन डिसीज को यूज कर सकते हैं. व्हाई दिस? सो बिकॉज इट विल ब्लॉकिंग द कोलिनर्जिक रिसेप्टर. ये कोलिनर्जिक रिसेप्टर को ब्लॉक करते हैं. इससे दैट्स व्हाई वी कैन यूजिंग द इन पार्किंसन डिसीज. You can also use the acute muscular dystonia. Muscular dystonia, and you can also use the sedation and hypnotic drug. Next one.